Today, we're starting a new unit, integers and algebra. Ordering integers. We've already done this once, but we're going to do it again. Make sure we've got it down because we've got to learn these integers before we can go into some algebra stuff. So, ordering integers. First thing we got to remember is, well, what is an integer? An integer. All positive and negative numbers and 0. Now that's our integers. That is our integers. And of course, you notice I have got our number line up here again. Put it back up there where we can see our positives and we can see our negatives. Remembering, positive numbers go to the right of 0. Negative numbers always go to the left of 0. Unless it's a vertical number line, then all the positive numbers are up, all the negative numbers are down. So integers, all positive and negative numbers. Now, ordering. Now again, this is not ordering at Sonic that, hey, I want a bag of negative numbers. No. Ordering means put in a specific...
Desiree Worley, if you're in the building, please make your way on to Mrs. Britt's class. Thank you.
Put in a specific sequence. They've got to be in a certain sequence, in line a certain way. All right. Now we learned, back when the first time we talked about negative numbers, I told you to determine which number is larger than the other one. The easiest way for me was to think temperature. Temperature. That was the easiest way for me. I will show you another way, but that was the easiest way for me. Think temperature. And the key was the warmer number is greater. The warmer number will be the greater integer. The other method, if you don't like using temperature, is which number is, I think it's farther instead of further, but I'm going to put farther, far, here we go, farther to the right on a number line. That is how we will be able to tell whether which number is larger. Farther to the right on a number line. Alright, which number is farther to the right on a number line? That's all the writing. Now let's look at some examples, and I'll use both methods so you can see how to do it. Okay, dope. 17 versus 31. This is the easy one because you've been looking at these kind of numbers since elementary. Which one is larger? I told you to think temperature. Greater than or less than 17 versus 31. 31 is the warmer temperature, thus it is larger. Or the other method, which one is farther to the right, or further to the right, whichever way you want to say it. Which number is farther to the right on the number line? Well, 31, maybe we'll come twist this and watch. 31, yeah, go ahead and pick it up. Okay, way out here. 31 is way over here. 17 is right here. So which one is further to the right? Of course, 31 is. So 31 is greater, but it is red. 17 is less than 31. So we should be able to now fly through this. We're looking at -5 versus 0. Now both of those are cold temperatures, but one of them is warmer than the other one. 0 is warmer than -5 degrees. 0 degrees is warmer, so -5 is less than 0. If you do the number line method, 0 and -5, which one is further to the right on the number line? 0. -3 and -5. Here's where students get lost when both of them are negative. A lot of students want to choose the 5 being bigger than the 3. But the negatives on there really mess it up. So we're looking at temperatures. -3 degrees, -5 degrees. Last time I checked, -5 is colder than -3, or -3 is a warmer temperature than -5. Even though they're both cold, this one's actually warmer. So it is the larger one. Number line method. Here's -3. Here's -5. Which one's further to the right? -3. All right. 6 versus -1. It's pretty easy when one's positive and one's negative. The positive number will be the greater number. The positive number will be greater than any negative number. So that's the easy one. Again, +2 versus -2. I've had students in the past want to say those are equal to each other. No, 2 degrees is warmer than -2. 2 is further to the right on the number line than -2. So 2 is greater than -2. -6 versus -10. -6 versus -10. Well, which one is warmer? -6 is a warmer temperature, even though both of them are cold. So it is greater. -6 versus -10. Which one's further to the right? The -6. -9 versus 8. A lot of students want to say 9's bigger than 8. Oh, but that negative on him really messes it up. -9 is way down here. 8 is way down here. 8 is further to the right. So -9 is less than +8. 8 is warmer than -9, or -9 is colder than 8. However you want to think it to help you understand. -83 versus -38. So -38 is going to be way down here, and -83 is going to be probably out in the hall somewhere. Which one's further to the right? -38 is further to the right. Think temperature. Both those are pretty stinking cold temperatures, but one of them is warmer than the other one. The -38 is warmer, so -83 is less than -38. Now threw this last one in there to try to jack with your head. Which one is bigger, 0 or -4,675? Here's 0. -4,675 is across the street over there, across Eagle Drive. I think 0 is further to the right, and if you think temperature, 0 is warmer than negative 4,675 degrees. So 0 is greater. It's not that hard, folks, but students get it mixed up every year because they go too fast and they don't think a certain way. Farther to the right on the number line or think temperature. Which one's warmer? All right. Where's your paper? It's in the box. Go get it and work. Take it back to your class. Hurry. All right, order from least to greatest. Got 4 integers, and I need smallest to the greatest. Now, however you think of this, in the absent box, take all your papers with it. In the absent box, buddy, sometime today, order from least to greatest. I think coldest to warmest. Least, then, if we think the other way, is going to be left to right on the number line. However you want to think it, but I'm going to do temperature. I'm looking for the coldest temperature. -9, +6, -3, or 0. -9 is the coldest. The next coldest, -3. Next coldest, 0 degrees. And the warmest of that list, 6 degrees. And there's least to greatest. And it's the same thing with the list of longer numbers. -18, 30, 2, -6, and 3. Of course, you've noticed, remembering, we didn't have to have positive signs to think positive. I've gone through this whole first part not even talking about, well, those don't have a positive sign. If they have no negative, that means they're positive. Okay, coldest, -18. The only other negative, which means it's cold, is -6. All right, after that, coldest temperature, +2, +3, and the warmest is +30. Ordering. It's the same as what we did on the front board, except you have a list of them to put in order. All right, one story problem. One story problem. Here's a table with the coldest temperatures on record. These are actual temperatures recorded probably within the last 10 years. The Weather Service may have some colder temperatures since the book was written, but we'll go with these. Which state had the lowest temperature? Coldest temperature? They're all negative numbers, so we look for the biggest negative number is the coldest temperature. And it happens to be who? Alaska. Notice the question did not ask for what was the lowest temperature. It asked which state. Know what it's asking. Okay? Arrange the states from least to greatest. Again, least, I think coldest, to the greatest, which is warmest. Well, we already know which one's the coldest. And do they want the temperatures? Nope, they want the states, not the temperatures. So the coldest is Alaska, -80. Okay. Next coldest. Montana. Uh-oh. What am I doing wrong, y'all? Yep. States. Alaska. I messed up. Montana. Takes care of Montana. Next coldest, after 70. California. Bet y'all didn't know that. If you ever... There is some real good skiing in California at Lake Tahoe, way up in the mountains. It's pretty cold. California. All right. Next coldest, Ohio. How many of y'all knew Texas had a coldest temperature of -23 degrees once? Whoo, doggies. I think it was up in the Panhandle in Tuya, I think, but that's something to look up on a computer. Be neat to know what's the coldest temperature in Texas and where was it. I think it was up in the Panhandle in Tuya, but I'm not for sure. All right, after Texas, the last one, Florida. All right. Now, the hardest problem in these three sets is this last one. What is the median coldest temperature of the states listed? Median. Hopefully you're thinking middle. Okay? Now, I've already listed these least to greatest. Y'all remember? Middle, count, boom, doom, 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 till you get together. So here we go. Let's just go with the states. Boink, 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 right? In between? In between California and Ohio is the median. All right, what was California? -45. And what is Ohio? -39. It's in there, isn't it? Now, what did we do when we did that? Some teachers teach you to add those together and divide by 2. I taught you the easy way. List all the numbers in between. What's between 39 and 45? 40, 41, 42, 43, and 44. Now count in. Boink, boink. And where did our fingers come together? -42 degrees. But notice how I counted backwards from the 39 this way, and these were all negative. I didn't write it. They're all negative. And the number line, remember, goes this way negatives, that way positives, so I counted up going to the left with the negative numbers and found the middle.